Hi guys, Blake from Fullboost here, and today we're talking about the subject of Zlatan Ibrahimovic and what he's wearing on his feet. Banging a brace against West Brom in the Premier League on the weekend, Zlatan wore something different to what he has usually been wearing on his feet, which we'll reveal at the end of the video. Quite uniquely, Ibrahimovic has worn a total of 4 different boot ranges while playing for Manchester United this season. If you've seen our Ibrahimovic boot history, you may know already about what he's currently wearing, but at the moment he has been switching boots and brands but can't decide what he likes the most. So before we tell you what he's currently wearing, we'll briefly go through his boot history. During the beginning of his career, Ibrahimovic wore several different boots, including Nike's Tiempo Premier M, Puma's King range, and Adidas's Copa Mundial range while at Malmo and Ajax. But it was at Ajax in 2003 in which Zlatan discovered the boot he'll wear for the majority of his career, the Mercurial Vapor. From generation to generation, Zlatan wore the Vapor boots, winning league titles at several different clubs in Europe, including Ajax, Juventus, Inter Milan, Barcelona, AC Milan and PSG. At the start of January 2013, Ibrahimovic along with Ronaldo and Neymar were the key headliners of Nike's new Mercurial Vapor 9 generation, and it seemed like the Swede would wear Nike boots for the rest of his career. In addition, Ibrahimovic was again Nike's key professional in the marketing campaign for the new range the Hyperdome in 2013. Zlatan briefly wore the boots at PSG while switching back to the Vapor 9 in 2013. And the last major occasion Nike used Ibrahimovic to market their boots was for the 2014 World Cup, we were seen in a short animated film wearing the all-new Mercurial Superfly 4 boots. Zlatan himself did not appear at the 2014 World Cup, and quite uniquely he did not wear the Superfly 4 boots at all. For the start of the 2014-15 season, he headlined the low-cut Mercurial Vapor 10 boots at PSG. These boots would turn out to be one of Zlatan's favourite boots, as he has been seen wearing these boots this season. Wearing the original launch World Cup edition, Zlatan's Nike contract had ended in 2015, and this is where we have seen the big Swede headline several blacked out boots from Nike and Adidas. During his time at PSG, Zlatan wore a whole collection of blacked out boots, but his most used blacked out boot was the Vapor 10. In support of the World Food Programme, Zlatan had the text 805 million names stamped on his Vapor 10 boots. Not having worn the Tiempo for several years, Ibrahimovic also wore a blacked out Tiempo Legend 5, and this was the first time we had seen him wear Adidas boots since the Copa Mundial at Ajax, donning both the F50 Adizero 4 and Adizero 5 in blacked out versions while at PSG. So was it Nike or Adidas? For the start of the 2015-16 season, Zlatan had a process of wearing Nike retail versions of the Vapor, including the Silver Storm editions, before switching back to a blacked out version, and that process was repeated on several occasions. Zlatan does what Zlatan wants. In the latter half of the 2015-16 season, it seemed if he had signed with Nike after wearing both the Electro Flare and Liquid Chrome Vapor 10 boots. But this saga was not finished. At Euro 2016, he bypassed the recently launched Vapor 11 and headlined the Radiant Reveal Vapor 10 at the entire tournament. Nike must have hated this, as he was seen in training with Sweden wearing Adidas's Mercury Pack X16.1 and X16 Plus Pure Chaos boots. These X16.1 and Pure Chaos boots were not blacked out at all. It seems that this was another case of Zlatan does what Zlatan wants. Perhaps Adidas hinted him at having a go at their boots, as this was right before he signed a blockbuster deal with Adidas branded Manchester United. Who knows? Rolling the page over to the 2016-17 season, and Zlatan converted over to the Vapor 11 Spark Brilliance edition, and this was the first of 4 boots the Swede has worn this season. Ibrahimovic wore the Vapor 11 for his first goal for the club against Leicester City in the Community Shield, and Nike must have been rubbing their hands together, but wait again, Zlatan does what Zlatan wants. After roughly 8 matches for the club, Zlatan moved back to the Radiant Reveal Vapor 10, making this his second boot of the season. Wearing the Vapor 10 for just 3 matches, Zlatan switched to Adidas's Stellar Pack X16.1. Zlatan did not even black out the boot, as he just wore the retail Stellar Pack version, debuting the boots against Chelsea in the Premier League. A week later in the Capital One Cup clash against Manchester City, Zlatan wore the Stellar X16s in the first half before switching back to the Radiant Reveal Vapors for the second half. In a match against Burnley, he was in the Vapors again, and then to Nike's disgust, he moved back to the Stellar X16.1 for a Europa League clash against Fenerbahce. Zlatan must have a collection of the Vapor 10 and X16.1 boots by his side at every match. After not scoring in 6 matches, Zlatan needed a brace with the Vapor 10 boots against Swansea. A couple of weeks later, Zlatan was seen in training wearing his 4th boot of the season, the Red Limit X16.1 leather boots. Wearing the Radiant Reveal boots against Feyenoord, he officially switched back to the leather speed boots against West Ham, where he needed a goal in a 1-0 draw, and then a brace 3 days later in the EFL Cup against the same team. Wearing the X16 leathers for several more matches, Zlatan was not finished just yet. This latest switch saw the Swede go synthetic wearing the Red Limit X16.1 boots against West Brom, where he needed a brace. So a total of 4 different boot ranges for the season for Ibrahimović, with his most recent being the X16.1 boots synthetic edition. It almost looks certain that Adidas will tie him in with a contract soon, but don't underestimate the power of Zlatan. He may just switch back to Nike. Who do you think Zlatan should sign a contract with? Please vote in our poll card now. Thank you very much for watching, and a big Merry Christmas from the black and orange team at footballboost.co.uk.